Welcome back, everybody. I'm Code for Broke, and I'm making something so deep it's picked up on in radios and tunnels. It's an open-world, emergent gameplay RPG in a high fantasy setting with ultra-violence and, I'd say a little bit of charm. Last time we transformed our barren open world into a beautiful utopia with new trees, plants, and rocks. Here, my Patreon subscribers can wander around buck naked, bumping fists with other ripped boys, talking about protein and supplement stacks, just living off the land. Not a care in the world. Truly, it's guy heaven. But, as they say, if you want to totally destroy a man, give him everything he ever wished for. And so, if I want to make them happy, my sweet boys must be tormented, so they may die honorably. Imagine hordes of, undesirables rampaging across the land, bashing our sweet boys with blades and clubs. So in order to reimagine paradise, we first need a source for goblins. They don't just appear out of thin air, they need homes, or some sort of pile of sticks and rocks that they can crawl out of. Now, one day when the world generation is more advanced, we can look into generating history to intelligently place structures and dwellings. But for now, we'll just add some spots to the map pseudo-randomly. I started by allocating pieces of the world chunks into regions based on height, and made a debug tool to display them. Here, the regions are denoted by the colorful squares. Next, I can use the region information to place plots in a variety of sizes, flattening the area the plot occupies. This will act as a foundation to place structures on. Here, with the debug tool, we can see the black squares denoting an area that's now occupied by a plot. In order to place the structures, we'll need them to first exist. That should be pretty obvious, I think. So I armed myself just in case, and I checked on my dedicated 3D artist to find out what kind of work he's done. I'm not exactly sure what he's always going on about, but eventually I got what I came for. He made some goblin house pieces we can combine to make several building variations. We've got these walls of different heights, this doorway, couple different walls with windows, and this roof, and this platform to stack these suckers for some deluxe accommodation. He also made this coop. Now, I'm not exactly sure what type of animal husbandry goblins practice exactly, possibly chickens or rats or some kind of poisonous scorpion maybe, but go ahead and comment some suggestions if you have better ideas. Now we can assign structures to our available plots and populate them with some knife-eared freaks, so we've actually got something to discover when we wander around. I assembled the building pieces into several prefabricated homes, disgusting as it may be that any creature would live there. Then I defined a plot size for them to occupy, and added them to a list of monuments fitting a general theme, that theme being filthy green-skinned goblin. Now we can pick prefabs from the theme and place them in the world in an available plot big enough to fit them. Next, I wrote a little AI that has the goblins wander around near their home. Of course, this will become dramatically more complex in the future. And just like that, a society we don't particularly like is created and ready to be destroyed. To test things out, I'm gonna roll mob deep as 95 Havoc and Prodigy with 20 of my sweet boys. Let's imagine these dirty little stinkers were dissing my fly girl. We'd just give them one of these.
Shaolin shadow boxing and the Wu-Tang sword style. Master Lord, a game of chess is like a sword fight. You must think first, before you move.
Now, roughing up a couple of these genetic rejects is one thing, but if we really want to march up to City Hall and tell those corporate fat cats things are about to change around here, we're gonna need a place to do it. I again called my faithful companion. This time he produced some interior and exterior walls, a gate, and some additional building pieces. With these, we can allocate some much larger plots and generate a sort of overworld dungeon, a base of operations for those boneheaded brutes. Now, they're a long way from having a purpose just yet, but for now we can partition the allotted space into rooms and connect them with doorways. It's a generation algorithm in its infancy, but there's enough variety here to differentiate any two fortresses from each other. Eventually, the goblins will have a purpose for each area, where they can practice their bizarre goblin culture and store the spoils of war. Once we have some more props, we can start developing a proper goblin intelligence, or lack thereof, that performs various tasks and follows some kind of routine, assigning jobs to each member of their society. Just for good measure, let's make sure gangland violence is still possible here too. That'll teach these freaks I designed, modeled, and programmed to mess with me. It's an all-out war, and my sweet boys again have purpose. To struggle. To toil. Anyways, huge shout out to all my Patreon subscribers, everyone that comments and likes the videos, giving your boy a little boost on any platform. And if you made it this far into the video and you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for, dog? Hit the button. God, I just really like saying boys. Boys, boys, boys. My Patreon sweet boys.